Hello, this is Peter Russell from Writing Doctor, and we're going to be talking with Dr. Nicola Russell Johnson about the new book which was launched yesterday, How to Write Your Best Business Book. This was launched yesterday and it went straight to #1, so it's now a bestseller on Amazon. So, Nicola, tell me how that feels to be a
That's very
best-selling
nice, isn't
author on
it?
Amazon.
It's terribly nice to be #1. Um, I think more importantly, if people get to see it and they get to read it and they get to write their own books from it, that's even more important than it being to #1. If people write a better book because of it, that'll make me very happy.
So tell us about this book. What's in it? Who's it for?
So it is for anyone that has a successful business. Perhaps they're coaches. Um, Even we've been doing a lot of work with charities and things like that that need to spread the message. And this book will tell you right from the beginning, right to the very end, how to write your book, how to proofread and edit your book, and how to publish your book. It's got the whole lot in it. And it doesn't just tell you how to do it or what to do, it demonstrates the techniques as it's showing you how to do them.
And what did you find were some of the challenges with writing this book in particular?
One of the biggest challenges is that writing does belong to the arts, and the arts does rely on a certain amount of instinct for it and aptitude for it. Now, you can teach anyone actually how to draw well and how to write well, but uh, you do need to have an instinct for it. And that instinct in terms of writing comes from practice and reading a lot of everything and seeing what works and what doesn't. And so what I found quite difficult at times was when I was trying to discuss something, for example, that's very important is pacing. And with pacing, it's very much a feeling thing rather than something you can robotically teach. And if you could robotically teach it, then AI would be a lot better. When you use AI to write your book, it has no understanding of pacing whatsoever and will just make every sentence the simplest and the clearest it can, rather than understanding that sometimes you have to slow things down, sometimes you have to speed things up, sometimes you need standalone sentences to make a greater impact. So most of the techniques I found quite easy to convey and easy to show how they work. But when it came to talking about pacing, uh, you need to have an instinct and an understanding of that. And I've come across a lot of writers who've written really very well, and I've just had to interfere with the pacing a little bit to make it read better. So that was the hardest thing to try to teach with the book.
And with the pacing, that's one of the key things that comes across. What are some of the other key messages that this book portrays?
Um, so of course, planning. I always talk about planning. You're going to be sick of it, but oh my god, you have to plan. You really have to plan. And so this book, and we've got another book that's a planner guide to planning, is a majorly important part of writing your book. If you don't plan it, my goodness, you'll just meander all over the place. It'll become a bit self-indulgent and you won't be sure of the message that you want to get across. And then if you get writer's block, and you probably will get writer's block at one point, you won't know what you're doing next, so you won't be able to write yourself out of it. But the second most important thing about writing a book is about being engaging. You have to be engaging. If you're not, you're going to lose your audience before they finish the introduction, let alone chapter 1 or 2. So I would say in the whole book, aside from the important points about publishing, which was Peter's part of the book, planning it and being engaging. And then I think everything else we can forgive you for. If you've entertained us, then we can overlook other things.
And you said there that planning is a big part of it. How long did it take you to write this book, and then have the planning stage of it? How long was that?
Uh, so the book took about 3 months. And in the middle of that, we went to Egypt for a couple of weeks and had a very nice holiday where work stopped on it. And the planning took, gosh, I should have timed myself, shouldn't I? About 2 weeks. It took about 2 weeks to plan it and work out what was going to be said throughout it.
you say work stopped on it during Egypt, but I was proofreading it and formatting it during our trip on Egypt. So the writing part of it wasn't going, but there was still sort of some proofreading. We were discussing some of the concepts in it, wasn't it? But
Yeah.
we did have a nice time.
You were proofreading. I was reading a book by my favourite forensic pathologist, Sue Black. Fantastic book.
Um, who is this book targeted at? Who should be reading this book?
Um, so if you want to write a book but you don't know where to start, this book will cater to you. If you've started but it's not reading interestingly enough, this is a good book for you. It's a good book for anyone that has an audience already because of your business, because of your coaching or your social media presence. And this book will help elevate you to the next stage. So if you want to do things like TED Talks, local talks, podcasts, if you want to push your authority in your field and promote yourself further, then this is the right book for you. But actually, it's just a damn good read, so get it and read it on the train.
And you're a doctor, got a PhD in creative writing. How is this different from some of your previous works that you've done, or similar works you've got like this?
It's interestingly less different than you might think it is, because all of the techniques that I used in writing this book and that I want you to use when you're writing are very similar to the same techniques the fiction writer uses. Um, Using suspense, again with the pacing, using drama and humor to keep the reader reading, were surprisingly very, very similar. So um, it wasn't that much different. The only difference is, the characters don't have subplots, things like that. But you still include themes and tropes and recurring uh, bits of interest. So actually, the shape of it is quite similar to writing fiction.
And this is a question that we both get asked quite often. Um, what is it like working with each other as a couple and writing this book? How was that for you?
I mean, I'm assuming you're going to tell people I'm brilliant to work with. It's very nice working with you. We're very well. I'm saying we have very separate roles within the company, but actually, Peter wrote the time management part of the book because I don't do time management, and he wrote all the publishing sections. So we both wrote this book, but he leaves me to it and doesn't interfere very much unless I say something that causes legal issues. Then he cuts those bits out of the book, which is a shame because some of them are really good. But it's very nice. It's very nice to work with you. It's you trust me to get it done, and you trust my judgment in the writing because my judgment is the correct one. And we don't breathe down each other's necks. I know when he needs me to finish writing so that he can start the publishing phase, and I work to that deadline. What about that? Well, how do you like
Yeah,
working with me?
no, it's good. I think one of the things that really works well for us is that we complement each other. So we've got some skills which overlap, but a lot of it is we do the writing coaching, so I can do the interview and the coaching side of it. Obviously, that wasn't part of what we did in this book. And then you've got the writing part. I've got some writing skills as well, but you've got the PhD. You've got much better writing skills, so you're able to do that. And then we've both got that attention to detail and that the proofreading. And having both been English teachers, we can spot the mistakes that are there come
Yes.
the end of it. Um, and there was something else I was going to say about working together on it as well, which completely escapes me.
We get to have lunch breaks together. That's nice.
uh, but yeah, no, it's good. I think it was on the coaching side of it is I can really sort of go into depth with that and then pass it to yourself that can then go into and make that
Yes.
like really find somebody's voice within the writing there.
Yeah, and he's much better at the coaching. I get too excited and I want to talk to people about things. I go, oh, I went through that too, and want to talk about it. Whereas he's just very good at holding back and letting people speak, which I don't. It's a problem. I'm working on it.
So, yes, if you are interested in writing your best business book, it is on Amazon. It's currently sat there, position number 1 as a bestseller. This book will tell you and show you how to write your own book,
Exactly how to do it.
and it's got lots of pointers in there and tips to come to our website for various resources that will help you and to come and get a call with us if you need some help along the journey. So, thank you.